X-Men 97, Season 1, Episode 6 Thoughts. This episode is called Life, Death, Part 2. And another episode I love. Spoilers for everything Fox X-Men and this show leading up to and including this episode. And let's see, the show is rated TV PG, and so this video be, let's dive right in. So, stunning visuals in the cosmic parts of the episode. I really love this, epic cosmic drama of, Charles having to choose. And yeah, like in the original 90s show, yeah, so this is a very accurate, if these were like historical Earth, royal family, yeah, some of this drama similar has indeed happened here on Earth. And let's see, right, very cool to see Ronan, and we get a mention of the Supreme Intelligence. They just don't, they have no luck, whether it's the MCU or yeah. And let's see, yeah, crap, what's his name again? Was it Goliath? No, that's not it, because that's a different Marvel character. Gladiator. Some of the same letters in there. Anyway, Gladiator, some real badass moments. He really wipes the floor with everyone else every time he goes into action. I like that, by the end of this episode, at least, Charles and Storm are aware of what happened on Genosha. And we have this detail that, the person on TV is like, oh, some of these people are saying you can't, the mutants can't come home to their original countries, so it's a refugee thing, essentially, which is extremely relevant. There's, yeah, we in the West really need to do more to, take care of refugees and let them in the first place in a number of countries. I thought they handled the psychological horror of Storm and what was it called? The adversary, I think. Yeah, fantastic. And this thing of, yeah, several times her claustrophobia is, brought to the forefront. And being locked up in a coffin while you're still alive, you don't actually have to be claustrophobic for that to be a deeply traumatic experience. I would know. Yeah, that was a dark time. That was one hell of a bachelor party. Anyway, yeah. Right, I quite liked Charles being like, this isn't my real superpower, and he's like the teacher. He's like, oh, you have to raise your hand if you want to ask a question. And the part where he puts an apple in the mouth of the Empress's sister, that's what I'm gonna imagine the next time I hear a conservative saying something hateful, is Charles Xavier taking them to the astral plane and putting an imaginary apple in their imaginary mouth. Right, I quite appreciated goes into the theatrics of politics. Charles even points out, so I hope that jingoistic, ridiculous display was enough for them, what's the word? They're worried that him being, a paraplegic would, that's not going to project strength. So we have to put him in these, prosthetic limb thing, which I'm not passing judgment on people who choose to have prosthetic, I'm just saying it's silly that he has to, because he's, Charles is comfortable with the fact that he is, so it's when other people say you have to do this, which from what I hear is sadly, yeah, some people who hypothetically could get prosthetics, they just don't really want to, and if they end up doing it, it's because of other people pressuring them into it, which, obviously shouldn't happen. And let's see, right, I really enjoyed the banter between Charles and the Empress in the garden. A lot of really great. Every single line there was fantastic. And I think that might more or less. Right, yes, I loved Storm's line about, thankful, I never thought I'd be thankful to a demon, but, yeah, her definition of demon really nails, yeah, that is exactly the kind of, and it is true, like, we can try to learn from these things, learn from hardship. And yeah, the very end of the episode tells us, yes, Trask took part, but it really was Sinister who was, he was the one who sent the, big kaiju sentinel last week. And yeah, I'm not 100% certain yet how that really benefits his, because he's not like, all about exterminating mutants. He wants to create, of the perfect one, basically. I'm not 100%. I guess maybe he feels that this would be a way to, like, it's that thing of, like, suffering builds character, maybe. And yeah, absolutely, complete gut punch when Charles becomes aware. He sees his children of the atom, including Gambit, all dead, and he was like, no, but they were, I leave for 5 minutes.